My name is Drew, and I'm here with Arts on the Horizon to share a couple stories with you today. I'm really excited to see you. Now, quick quiz. What's my name again? It's Drew. And what was yours? Say it to me nice and loud. Fantastic. I love that name. It's super sweet. Also means courage and more courage. Good job. So, I wanted to go ahead and sing our hello song before we started on our books today. So, it goes a little something like this. Hello, 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 I say to you. Hello, 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 I say to you. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Hello, 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 I say to you. All right, let's see if we can do that together. Hello, hello, I say to you. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Hello, 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 I say to you. Hello, 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 I say to you. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Hello, 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 I say to you. Good job. Give yourselves a round of applause. Good work. So, our first story today is going to be Oh No, George by Chris Haughton. Wow. All right, let's get started. We don't want to miss any pages. Look, there's George. He's sleeping. Oh, there we go. There's George. And right over here is his owner, Harry. Come a little closer for you. Oh, there's a little acknowledgement. Freedom is secured not by the fulfilling of one's desires, but by the removal of desire. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. Epictetus. For Looney XX. All right. Oh No, George by Chris Haughton. Harry is going out. Will you be good, George? Asks Harry. Yes, says George. I'll be very good. I hope I'll be good, George thinks. Look, there he is. He's at home, all alone. Who's that? What does that look like? Can you tell me? Oh, yes. It looks like a kitty cat. George sees something in the kitchen. What does that look like? It's cake. It's cake! I said I'd be good, George thinks, but I love cake. What will George do? What do you think he's going to do? Oh no, George! What has George seen now? It's Cat, the cat from before. I said I'd be good, George thinks, but I love to play with Cat. What will George do? What do you think he's going to do? Oh, yeah, that's exciting. Oh no, George! What's he doing? There's the cat. Oh, and he's running down, and he knocked over the old-timey telephone with a cord. Have you ever seen a telephone with a cord? Perhaps at your grandma or grandpa's house? Wow, that cat is fast. What has George seen now? Uh-oh, do you guys know what those are? Flowers, you're right. Some lovely dirt. Oh, I said I'd be good, George thinks, but I'd love to dig in the dirt. He's talking about the flowers in the dirt. What will George do? What do you guys think he's going to do? Oh no, George, look! He's digging in the dirt. Oh, he's getting the dirt everywhere in the house. Yikes. Harry is back. Hello, Harry. Great to see you, says George. Oh boy, look, there's all the dirt. George, what have you done? You've ruined the place, says Harry. And how on earth did you eat a whole cake? Really hungry puppy. Oh, I said I'd be good, George thinks. I hoped I'd be good, but I wasn't. What will George do? Look, he's got a little cry there. He's tearing up. He has some feelings about it. I'm sorry, George says. I want to give you my favorite toy. Look, he's giving him a little ducky. And there's Harry cleaning up. Oh, thank you, George, says Harry. Why don't we go out for a nice walk? Great! George loves to go out. There's so many things to see and do. Look how happy and excited he is. Uh-oh. George has seen a cake. Will he eat it? No. No. George goes straight past. Well done, George. Look, he walks right by. George sees some lovely dirt. Will he have a little dig? No. Well done, George. He walks right past. George doesn't even try to chase Cat. Even Cat is a bit surprised. Look, he's just walking right by. Oh, George smells something very interesting. What can it be? Oh, it's a trash can. There's nothing George likes more than digging in the trash. What will George do? He's got his paws up on the trash can. Let's find out. Uh-oh. They're asking us. George? That was a really good story. Oh, look here on the back. You see Harry and Cat hugging George. I guess they made up in the end. That's good. So, what do you guys think happened? Do you think George dug in the trash can? Oh, that's a good response. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think, based on this picture here, that Harry and George and the kitty were all really happy with one another. Isn't that sweet? Sometimes in life, we really, really, really want something. Like I always want ice cream or candy, and I usually want it right before dinner instead of my dinner. And what I have to do is I have to take a moment and think, hold on. I know if I eat those things, I'm not going to have any room left for my dinner. So I take a deep breath. And I exhale just like that. Let's do it together. One more time. And when we inhale and we exhale, it helps us to relax our breathing, relax our heartbeat, and then we can take a moment and just think clearly. Like, if I don't have the ice cream or candy or both right now, I'll be able to eat my fantastic dinner, which is probably stew. I really like stew. Raise your hand if you like stew. I like stew so much I raised both my hands. Oh, so did you. I see you. Okay, maybe you don't like stew for dinner. Do you like spaghetti? Oh, yeah. Pizza? Yes. Mac and cheese? Who likes to have broccoli? Raise your hand if you like broccoli. I like broccoli a lot. 2 hands. So, let's keep these things in mind when we really, really want something that maybe we don't need right then, or like we really, really want to stay outside really late when the street lights are on, but we need to go inside for bath time. Maybe what we need to do is just take a moment. Have our inhale and our exhale, and that will help us. All right, let's move on to our second story. Story number 2. Our second story is called Bubble Trouble by Margaret, Mahy, and it's illustrated by Polly Dunbar. Look at these inside pictures. Look at those bubbles. Those are some beautiful bubbles. Bubble Trouble. See, look, there's a mommy and her baby. I might read this in a funny accent because the story sounds very British, And so I like to read it with a British accent. I hope that's okay. Little Mabel blew a bubble, and it caused a lot of trouble, such a lot of trouble in a bibble-bobble way. For it broke away from Mabel as it bobbed across the table, where it bobbled over Baby, and it wafted him away. The baby didn't quibble, he began to smile and dribble, for he liked the wibble-wobble of the bubble in the air. But Mabel ran for cover as the bubble bobbled above her, and she shouted out for Mother, who was putting up her hair. "Oh no!" Mabel's crying out. "Mother, the baby is in a bubble. And it's a boy in the bubble. His name is not John or Travolta." At the sudden cry of trouble, Mother took off at the double, for the squealing left her reeling, made her terrified and tense. Saw the bubble for a minute, with the baby bobbing in it, as it bibbled by the litter box and bobbed across the fence. In her garden, Krista Gribble had begun to cry and cavil at her lazy brother Greville reading novels in his bed. There he is, reading novels. But there's the baby in the bubble. In a garden, Folly, Tibble, and his jolly mother, Sybil, sat and played a game of Scrabble, shouting shrilly as they scored. But they both began to babble and to scrabble with the Scrabble as the baby in the bubble bibble-bobbled by the board. Whoa, there's the baby, and there's the Scrabble board. Oh, wow. Then crumpled Mr. Copple and his wife, a crabby couple, set out arm in arm to hobble and to squabble down the lane. But the baby in the bubble turned their hobble to a joggle as they raced away like rockets, and they've never limped again. Wow, there they are. Even feeble Mrs. Threeble in a muddle, with her needle matching pink and purple patches for a pretty patchwork quilt, when her older sister told her, tossed the quilt across her shoulder as she set off to a totter in her tattered tartan kilt. Wow, look, there she's running off, and there's the tattered tartan kilt. That baby is going far. Whoa, there's a big group of people, and there's Mom and Mabel chasing after the baby. At the shops, a busy rabble met to gossip and to gabble, started gibbering and googling as the baby bobbled by. Mother, hand in hand with Mabel, flew as fast as she was able, very troubled lest the bubble burst or vanish in the sky. Look at that doggy. There's the baby again, and people are starting to chase. After them came Greville Gribble in his nightshirt with his novel all about a haunted hovel, held up high above his head, followed by his sister Krista, though her boots had made a blister. Then came Tibble, pulling Sybil with the Scrabble for a sled. There's Krista, ooh, her foot hurts from the blister. And there's the novel about the hovel, the haunted hovel that he read. After them the Copple couple came cavorting at the double. Then a jogger, quite a slogger, joined the crowd who called and coughed. There they are running, and there's the jogger, not going super fast. Aboard the puzzled people, way up toward the chapel steeple, rose the bubble with the baby slowly lifting up aloft. Whoa, look at that baby. There was such a flummadiddle, Mabel huddled in the middle. Canon Dapple left the chapel, followed by the chapel choir, and the treble singer Abel threw an apple core at Ape Mabel, as the baby in the bubble bobbled up a little higher. Oh, they giggled high and goggled until all their brains were boggled, as the baby in the bubble rose above the little town. With the problem let us grapple, murmured kindly Canon Dapple, and the problem we must grapple with is bringing baby down. And that's Canon Dapple and the choir. Wow, the whole group of people, and there's that tartan kilt. Now let Mabel stand on Abel, who could stand in turn on Tibble, who could stand on Greville Gribble, who could stand upon the wall, while the people from the shop'll stand to catch 'em if they topple. Then perhaps they'll reach the bubble, saving baby from a fall. Look at that huge line of people all lined up to try to catch that baby with Mother there on top. Ooh, and a birdie flew by. But Abel, though a treble, was a rascal and a rebel, fond of getting into trouble when he didn't have to sing. Pushing quickly through the people, Abel clambered up the steeple with nefarious intentions and a pebble in his sling. Oh, there's Abel. There's the baby. Abel quietly aimed the pebble past the steeple of the chapel, at the baby in the bubble wibble-wobbling way up there, and the pebble burst the bubble. So the future seemed to fizzle for the baby boy who grizzled as he tumbled through the air. There he is. Wow. There's Abel with his slingshot. Get real close. He goes all the way and pops the balloon, and there's a huge crowd of people. They're very worried. What a moment for a mother as her infant plunged above her. There were groans and gasps and gargles from the horror-stricken crowd. Sybil said, "Upon my honor, there's a baby who's a goner." And Krista hissed with emphasis, "It shouldn't be allowed." Oh my, there's the baby. Yikes. But Mabel, Tibble, Greville, and the jogger, christened Neville, didn't quiver, didn't quaver, didn't drivel, shrivel, wilt. But as one they made a swivel, and with action firm but civil, they divested Mrs. Threeble of her pretty patchwork quilt. Wow. Even the doggy helped. Oh, what calculated catchwork! Baby bounced into the patchwork, where his grizzles turned to giggles and to wriggles of delight, and the people stared dumbfounded as he bobbled and rebounded, till the baby boy was grounded and his mother held him tight. Look, he's caught there in the quilt. And the people there still prattle, there's a lot of tittle-tattle, for the glory in the story, young and old folk, gold and gray, of how wicked Treble Abel tripled trouble with his pebble, but how Mabel and some others saved her brother and the day. The baby, all safe with Mommy and Mabel. There's our bubbles again, our beautiful end pages of bubbles. Who here likes to take a nice bath? Raise your hand. Like a bubble bath? Oh, bubble baths are my favorite. There's lots of bubbles in this story, and there were a lot of people too. And they all worked together to help save the baby who was in the bubble. Do you remember what they did? Yes, they did. They got together, they worked together, holding that big quilt underneath the baby as the baby came flying down, and they caught the baby. That's something that we can all work on, working together. For instance, have you guys ever been at like playgroup or preschool or kindergarten or first, second, or third grade, and you make a big mess playing during like playtime or lunch, or maybe at home? And if there's a few of you, if you all work together to clean it up, all the crackers and the toys and the magnetic castle pieces, it all gets cleaned up a lot quicker, doesn't it? So that's like a quick thing we can remember, is that if we work together, we can all get the work done faster. And like all the people in this town were working together to catch the baby as he fell down out of the bubble. Isn't that really nice? I love that story. I read these books to my son all the time. He really, really likes them. I'm glad you guys like them too. Before you go, I wanted to say a little goodbye song to you. It goes like this. Goodbye for now, it's time to end our play, to end our story time. Namaste. Can you do that with me? We'll do it together. Goodbye for now. Good job waving. It's time to end our play. Good job. To end our story time. Put your hands together. Namaste. Great job, everybody. Hey, thanks again for joining me. My name is Drew. I really enjoyed having fun with you today and reading stories and singing songs with you guys. If you could go ahead and ask your parent or guardian to subscribe to the Arts on the Horizon channel here on YouTube, that would be really, really helpful so you guys get notified when we put up videos. We do that about 3 times a week. If you're interested in supporting Arts on the Horizon, there's a link below in the description that you could follow, or if you continue watching the video, there'll be a link listed as well. We really appreciate all of your support, and thank you so much. You guys have a fantastic day. We hope to see you again very soon.